Yeah, it's live.
Doing something, pushing the button, doing the thing. We're the Podguyz Podcast, bringing it to you as we do, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time every Monday. I am Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, we have the ever-loving Picasso, the dreamer of all things dreamable, the creator of all things creatable, the innovator of the inevitable. Le Sparky.
And Sparky's there with the big board saying hi once again. If everyone is wondering why Sparky is not interacting vocally, he does it through his art. You won't know if you are in the mind of Sparky from the beginning or the end or the middle. Am I right, Tony?
That is incredibly accurate, sir.
Denny, Tony, he for people that don't know, he basically draws what we're talking about. And he has been all around the world throughout the week.
That's true. Denny, he is going to crawl inside your mind and explore the inner machinations of the interior, sir.
Yeah, not in reality. He astro projects himself there. So we're not really sure if these things go on or if it is just the imagination of Sparky. That's
true. Now, we do have a Foursquare today, bringing to it fresh from, the main streets of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We do have Denny Corby. Now, if you do not know who Denny Corby is, guys, Google him.
Google.
He's amazing. He's got videos. He's got creationing things. Now, he is an unforgettable magician, mentalist, performer, host. He has done it all, from corporate events to pickpocketing your friends.
That's where the real money is, right?
That's true. That's true. Of course, the incredible Denny Corby. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Me and Denny met up, right? And he's like, oh, man. He's like, I do a little thing. And I said, oh, a little thing. I do a little thing too. And he goes, well, now I have your watch. And I'm like, I know it was something.
Watch, then the glasses, and then that's when.
Then the glasses, everything gone. Everything.
Well, now, Tony, just throwing it out there, you are the perfect person to do a magic trick on. Just look, for example, Denny, Tony's first trick that was ever played on him, right, was by his wife. She took the best years of his life. Just like that.
That's true.
Just immediately.
Gone.
He was like, what? He woke up like 4 weeks ago. He's like, what the fuck's going on? what
Guys, we should start a podcast and do it at 10:15 at night.
Yay!
Oh,
Danny, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Of course, your humble beginnings as a magician.
Oh, yeah. No, born and raised Northeast PA, great old area, and still live in the area up in Clark Summit, and super fortunate I get to travel the world turning tricks, as my parents like to tell people.
I love that. I love it. That's imagine.
The parents phrase it that way, like our son turning tricks.
I mean, you kind of hire me by the evening usually. I usually have
by
to
the hour too.
I don't like doing that as much. To me, it's kind of like I like to give it like my full attention. I don't like to double book, have multiple events per evening.
Of course.
I like to, if I'm going to do some tricks, I'd rather just do it in one location. Plus, if that event happens to be more fun, I don't want to be like, I gotta go, right? You know what I mean? So
true. Did you ever hear about entertainers that I like to call them the doctor appointment of entertainers? They double book themselves at the same time, but at separate locations.
Yeah, see that would just bother me too much.
Yeah, so the idea is to squeeze money out of different club owners. I've seen it done, and it shouldn't be as a successful strategy as it actually is, but I've seen it work too many times in the comedy field than it actually should work. But it's a workable strategy. Magicians, I've had magicians open for me. I've opened for magicians. They're always a lot of fun. if I had to choose one person to live or die, a poet or a magician, that poet's getting a bullet in the head. Okay. Every time. Because a magician will be like, whoa, man, you just shot that guy. I will help you make that body disappear. But a poet will write all about it. And, then you're like, hey, what the fuck are you writing about? And I'll be like, oh, what I saw. Like, get out of here. Like, you can't kill somebody around a poet.
Poets get so litigious that, magic, we don't really step on those toes. So,
yeah, they are not a very loquacious of person until you get them on the stage. And then you're like, oh, shut the fuck up already. It's just terrible. Denny, have you
tort that? Yep.
How long did it take you to study? You've been doing this your whole life, right?
Always loved magic. I think most kids enjoy magic. And I had really cool parents. I mean, still do. They're still around. But they, always encouraged me just to have fun with it and try it. And, I was early 20s and, they kind of gave me a push that I needed. And here I am somehow still making it a living. So,
and that's a really big thing though, because right from the start, you have parents that are encouraging you and really 100% backing you emotionally, maybe a little financially by having the roof over your head, stability, and all that, all of that good stuff. Helps. It's a really big thing. Huge. A lot of artists out there, they try their best, but they don't have that same kind of backing by their parents. Some parents, I'll give you the like the Pabst brothers. Their dad kept telling them, you kids will never win a blue ribbon with this beer. And he'd beat the hell out of them. That's not a real story, but it sounds pretty good, right?
It sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
Sparky does have something on the big board. Nice and early, too. Who would have thought?
NBC will make a fucking Young Sheldon story out of that bullshit, dispute. The young Pabst brothers, why not? Yeah. All right, Sparky, flip that board around. What's going on? Now let me show you where I hid the quarter. That is not a roll of quarters. No, but it feels like a roll of dimes.
Oh no.
Sparky's already drawn fuck pictures on the big board. That's great. Nothing like a sexual assault in black and white there.
True. So Denny, how did it all start for you? I know there, a lot of people get into the magic industry, and usually they have a some sort of mentor. Did you have a mentor to teach you the way, or did you just do it yourself, or did what happened?
What a pivot. From quarters and rolls to dimes to this. Okay. So
I mean, we could repivot back onto the stick figures sexually assaulting each other, but
it's cracking me up. So you can never do anything by yourself truly. So I always had friends, mentors, all of that stuff. There was a local magic shop in Scranton I used to go to and hang out on Saturdays. From there, you kind of meet different people who you hang out with. So even if we didn't go to the magic shop, we'd go to different people's houses and hang out and do magic tricks for one another.
Now, if people don't know, there is one of the best magic shops in the world in Scranton, Pennsylvania, called the Houdini Museum. And then they have a shop as well, right?
Yeah, it's more of a museum than shop. They have some things. But really, it's a lot of cool artifacts, just a lot of history and just memorabilia and things of Houdini and just old magic stuff, which is cool that they have it, because I know Copperfield tries to, I think, snag a bunch of stuff anytime it goes up for auction.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame them. But yeah, so I always had that. And then there's, videos, there's lectures, there's, the internet. So there's different ways to learn and take it in. But really, the best way is just performing, just doing it for people. Just,
sure.
Going out to the real world and just doing it.
Now you've been all over the world. You've actually, when were you on Penn and Teller?
2019. That was 2019.
2019.
Yep.
Perfect. So you have a little bit of time in between. You have about 7 years. And what was your experience like on Fool Us?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So that's the sort of show where they want to see magic portrayed well. Like they want to
Oh,
see
of
the
course.
performers do well. Whereas, maybe not every show always has the best intentions for the people on stage. But that show, they treat you well. They, want to see you do well. And it's to me, you're, people that you looked up to as childhood heroes. I still have a ticket stub from when they came to the Scranton Cultural Center back in what was it, 2001, I think. So just to be able to, they were on our stage in Vegas or our stage up here in Scranton. I get to be on their stage in Vegas. Just an amazing feeling. And I had some family who went out and stuff as well. So you just, you look out to the crowd and just not just see, a huge sold out room in the Penn and Teller Theater, but also like some friends and family. And you're like, oh man, this is pretty crazy.
Denny, you strike me as like the kind of name where people say, hey, we got tickets to see Denny Corby. And everyone says, who? Oh, the magician. Hey. And they're like, okay. And then they go, right? And you completely blow them away with
fucking
everything, right?
I love it.
And then they're just like, whoa, why haven't we heard of this guy? Sort of thing, right? That's just because it's tough to get that name brand of Penn and Teller when you're in the lane of magician. You have notable magicians. People could probably name Copperfield, Houdini, Penn and Teller, right? How many magicians are already piled into spots? There has to be at least a working amount of 30 million. You got at least 10. God. You got at least 10 per cruise ship, right? And then you got the younger generation coming up trying to do their thing as well. How do you just push yourself past all of the other magicians and get the shows instead of them getting the shows?
A brand, that sort of, having like a name, I think just like being yourself. Like, I don't know, I'm fairly quirky and lean into that.
I thought you were going to say being a better magician than them. Like they suck.
No,
they're probably bad.
No, there's some amazing magicians out there.
No,
amazing.
but also,
it's a tough lane.
What's their goal, right? So meaning there's some people who want to do cruise ships. They kill it on cruise ships. Their shows are meant for cruise ships, and they like everything and all that stuff. Cruise ships, right? So there's so many different markets and verticals and industries and types of magic and types of performing that if you really wanted to, like if you, the riches is in the niches, so to speak. So if you can find what you really enjoy or really kill it at, and that might not always be what you think you're the best at, but if you can find a couple different verticals that you just destroy it in and you just click with that audience, whether it's cruise ships, whether it's, kid shows, family shows, but going like, is it family shows for religious groups that, whatever, like, it's just, hey, if you can like own a couple of those little niches and verticals, I think that's more the approach than trying to be this everything for everybody.
Oh yeah, well, you look like you would be able to do like any environment,
all ages,
and honestly, you probably could. The which area, and I do stand-up comedy. I could tell you mine. You tell me yours. All right, which venue is your least favorite? And I can tell you mine right now. I'll tell you mine right now if you want to hear it. Outdoor show. Because whenever there's a low-flying airplane, everybody looks up like it's Superman. But nope, it's just an airplane. Superman doesn't exist. What the, there's too many distractions outside. If you pop tent it does not count as an outdoor show. Technically it does, but it really doesn't. A real outdoor show is there's no tent. You got to focus. There's no rain. Hopefully there's no planes, and hopefully there's not two squirrels trying to fuck, like things that would distract anybody.
That would be the one that got me right there.
Tony, I only did one outdoor show that there was zero distractions for, and I'm like, I was waiting for it too. I'm like, watch this be a complete and total fuck show, right? Holy crap. no distractions. And that's one out of, let me see here. That's one out of 62. Okay. One out of 60, maybe 63. No, that was a tent. One out of 62 right there. Out of 16 years, almost 17 years of doing stand-up comedy, one time I have never seen a distraction for an outdoor show. But Denny, you could probably play that to your advantage with the magician thing. Do you love outdoor shows or what's going on?
Yeah, no, I don't do too many. I did do one this year, earlier in January, on the beach in Naples.
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah.
It was until like an hour before, when like this low haze fog mist started happening, like 10 minutes before show.
Shit.
And
eerie,
like,
scary mist coming in.
But it was just, everything was just damp and wet and gross. But the crowds kept getting larger, and like people didn't leave. They kept coming, and we're like, I think at one point was like, well, how is there more people? Like I was like, there should be less people by the end of the show.
They came in with the fog.
Like,
so now there's a visual interference you can't do anything about, and you want people to see how fucking good you are, right? You want them to see the magic. You want them to see it. And they're, oh god, that's a whole.
It was just gross. It was just gross. But like, it's more the energy just dissipates. There's no laughter that hangs when people do laugh or whatever. It's like it just drops because there's no room. Even like tents are hard. Like you can still get some, but like that's probably the hardest part. And it's one of those. It's harder to get your bearings a little bit and to like take that little breath or breather. Or just, it's like, okay, like, there's some shows I'm 20 minutes in. I've done like one trick because I'm just like, so crowd work is my kind of specialty, like crowd work and just like that sort of stuff. So there's sometimes 20 minutes in, I'm like, oh, I did 1.5 tricks. And then it's other days, it's that outdoor show. It's like, okay, it's 15 minutes in and I've done half my material. Yeah. Okay. Like it's just, who hasn't helped out twice? Like, let's.
Yeah, bring up. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, man. It's real tricky. We have a couple mutual friends in common, but magicians are always a lot of fun. If anyone's never gone to a magic show, go out as an adult. You're supposed to have some fun. Yeah. You're supposed to be wowed and not know how something happens sometimes. Like that's all the fun of it. It's like Sparky with his drawings right there. Nobody knows where they come from. They just magically appear on there. Now he says he draws them, but come on now. Can a real human draw that well?
He manifests on the whiteboard. Yeah. Sparky, throw it up there. That Sparky was your cue.
Yeah, that was a long one too, right? Oh, Harry, we are going to do the Houdini catch the bullet trick. Okay, Mr.
Mr. Cheney.
Oh, okay. It's a Dick Cheney shoot your friend in the face joke. All right. The whole time.
Hashtag worst magician ever.
I've watched. Okay, so Sparky, to your point, I've watched some like trick stuff done by Bruce Lee, and everybody's like, "Wow, what a great fighter he is for doing that." I'm like, magicians do that, and they're like, no, this is a fighter trick. I'm like, no, that was a magic trick that you would never use in a fight because somebody would.
You're dead.
People like, oh, I caught the bullet. Cool. What about the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth bullet? Did you catch them too? No, you're dead, right? All right, cool. And it's a lot of what he did was very quick, but to the credit of that is a magician's lane of what he was doing. And Denny, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, right?
I was picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, like Bruce Lee, like Steven Seagal does nothing well but evade the police, and now he's in Russia right now. I mean, he disappeared completely when all these young women came forward and they're like, "Hey, Steven Seagal, wait, where did he go?" He's like, "I'm not Steven Seagal," and then fucking off to Russia he goes.
Yeah, passport.
200 pounds later.
200 pounds later, I saw like a TikTok of him, and he's still like doing these flip people moves, and they're like, "Whoa, he flipped me," and I'm like, "Okay." Ask
Now,
him
Denny,
how-
what would you say is your claim to fame as far as the magic world? Because some people do it all. You know, they do close up, they do street magic, they do more elaborate, illusions. You know, what is your forte?
Crowd work, like just speedy, in the moment, using people, whether it's in the crowd doing banter or like bringing somebody up. Like that is just like on the spot moment stuff. Callbacks are my like when I can, if you like the shows I crush on, and it's not every show, but for like a lot of shows, I'll bring stand-up comedian openers with me. Usually it's like one, and I have like one guy I use like often, but like even if it's like more than one, and then I come on, like, or sometimes it'll be like that multi-performer show, but I'll also like host and then close the show. But like because I can then make those callbacks throughout the entire evening from my set to my other people's set, because then if they crowd work with other people, so like to me just being able to kind of build off that momentum of like a room and people, that's my like, yeah, I do some great cool magic and stuff, yes, but really it's that, you know, when people leave like, oh, how was, like, you just had to be there, like it's just though, like that's what I enjoy. And I would say that's what probably people say the most is like the quick, speedier crowd.
And it's good that they would. That's a great reaction that they would want to have to be there, because you don't want somebody recording on their cell phone and then showing their friends and then TikToking around too much.
Which they're not gonna. I always laugh at people like if they are recording, I go, listen, just stop recording, only because you're not going to do anything with it. And it's going to be like 6 months from now, and you're going to go, my phone has no storage, and you're going to go through and find the biggest files, and you're like, what is this 12-minute video? And you go, oh, that was from the show at the thing, and then you're never going to watch it. I was like, so just delete it now. And I go down this rabbit hole with people like during a show.
Yeah, my biggest thing is like, not just like, okay, yeah, you want to keep your phone going, but here, great advice. You don't work here, you know. You don't have to be a cameraman today.
Live in the moment.
You could just be an audience person just hanging out, you know, like you don't work. You didn't hire them. Nobody hired you here to do that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just, it's tough. I know the lead singer of Tool, he went ahead and called out a whole group of people that were live streaming him. They stopped the whole concert and they were like, put down your phones, and freaking out on people. It went internet viral for a hot minute, and then everybody was just like, you know, wondering why. But
I get it. Like I get all sides of it. I get all sides of, you know, wanting to have stuff, people not wanting to have. Like I get all of that. Tool, they're in their own world. They can do that. But like I don't mind if people record stuff. It's just more, I just hope that they edit it just so it comes out like good, and they just don't make it boring. You know what I mean? If they do post it, like, oh, just at least make it good. Like, don't, there's like boring parts, like take them out.
I feel like people can, and not to say nowadays with social media, a lot of personal handheld devices in general. I mean, people can spot a fraud, and people can admire the real thing as well. And I feel like if your trick is good, or if your performance is good, you know, you have something to offer. People are paying money for it. And you know what? They paid you to be there. And not to say they get to do what they want, but I mean, live in the moment, you know, be part of the show and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Just
and there are
don't be a tool bag.
And there are people who just want to like record them, their wives, their husbands, their friends on stage, and all the power to them, whatever. Good for you. Like, because there have been times where there's been that hysterical moment, and afterwards, like, hey, can you airdrop that to me? Thank you. Like, can I get that from you? Thank you so much. Yeah. That is gold. So it's one of those like, hey, you know, but there are those moments of just amazing stuff that comes from it. And you're like, can I get that, please? Thank you. And can I use it? You're a sweetheart. Bless your heart. Thank you so much.
Bless your heart. You need to be like an old Irish woman.
Denny, what is your
Sonny, bless your heart.
Denny, what is your favorite illusion to portray? Like, is it close-up stuff? I mean, you don't have a tiger, so I am suspicious of your ability immediately. Yeah.
No, I got rid of her.
You had a tiger?
Oh,
No
I
way.
did.
You really did?
I just had to get rid of her yesterday. It was horrible timing. Didn't even
Oh
realize
no.
it.
God.
No, I would say stand-up shows under 300 people, under 500 people are my jam. The more like intimate, the better. Like if it's like a room of 250 people who know each other or know of each other, so like corporate-y gigs, stuff where like the room knows each other or knows enough about each other, I can chameleonize really well and just kind of go in and like work that room well. And then because the stand-up is my specialty, but I also do really good like close-up stuff. So usually then we'll work the room during cocktail hour a tiny bit, not always performing, but just kind of like shaking hands, slapping asses, just because most of the time the people know I'm going to be there. So it's they're almost voluntold sometimes. So it's not like totally, because as you might know, there's a difference when people are paying to come see you versus you're just something else to do.
Yep.
It's a different, you're really earning that first 30 seconds, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like 20, you gotta earn, depending on what they were doing all day. If it's a corporate gig, they were just in meetings all day, just had a 3-hour open bar, and now you're Mr. Magic going on.
Yeah.
Granted, like, it could be sometimes that 5 minutes you're earning it. Being able to work the room a bit before helps. So
Is there ever a point where you turn it off though? Or do you like, I know I did some stand-up comedy for a little while, and there's people who don't turn it off. Like, they're always the comedian. They're always the performer. They're always the magician. Like, and no matter where you go, I mean, it's worldwide where there are certain people with that aspect. Have you seen that before, or would you say that you do that yourself, where you're just like, oh, no, man, I save my tricks just for the stage?
I don't really, like, I don't carry stuff with me. Like, I never have, like, a deck of cards on me, unless I know there's, like, certain scenarios, like, I might, just in case, because it's after the corporate gig and I'm going down to the hotel bar to grab food.
So you're never out at a wedding and you're just like, hey, let me pop out a deck of cards.
No, because I found, like, because there's people who, when they find out, like, oh, show me a trick, and they just don't know how to engage. They don't know how to have a conversation. So that's just what to say. But there are people who've been like genuinely interested or have stories. And it's like, okay, then maybe I might do something. But other than that, it's kind of, because if you find out someone's like a dentist, you don't go like, oh my God, my molar has been hold on. Would you mind just giving it a quick peek?
There's 1,000,001 people out there like that.
I overhear that shit all the time at like a wedding, or somebody's a dentist and they're like, go ahead, ask him.
Yeah.
Ask him about
hey, funny man, tell me a joke.
Yeah. Now the small talk ability is that I would suggest that maybe they're just possibly nervous. Like when somebody that is never on stage and you get them on stage, man, that is when you have total control over the situation. And it's like playing fun puppet time, because the comfortability level you got is a 10 out of 10, right? Now they're there and they're like, oh my God, maybe at a 1, maybe best at a 2. Public speaking is a very frightening factor for people. So when you got them up there, man, you got at least minimal 15 minutes with this one person. And you got the attention of not just who they came with, but all the other people that are just like, oh, thank God that's not me. Holy shit, he's going to get fired. Is there ever an instance where you don't pick somebody for an actual physical reason?
A physical reason?
Where you look at them and you're like, oh, I'm getting a bad vibe right here. Don't get that one up there on a random note.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll even say that. Just like, always look at somebody and just be like, I want to bring you up, but man, someone's just telling me no. Your vibe was weird.
Yeah.
And like all flat out. And then sometimes I'll just
Like
even bring them up too. Just I'm like, because it can't get worse. Like, you know what I mean? I would like that's the sort of
like their hands are covered in blood, and you're like, no.
well, like I remember, like so I do Woodlock Pines often, and usually family shows. Most of my stuff is 95% is like adult. The stuff I don't do that's like just adults is like Woodlock Pines basically. And I remember doing this one show, and this kid was like, he was like up first, like, I want to help. And I was like, your hands are so sticky. Like they just look. I was like, sticky fingers. You are not coming on stage. And his little brother was like, then pick me. I was like, your fingers look stickier. I was like, your whole body just looks sticky. I was like, you guys are not coming up on stage. No. Like that's my vibe, but like so that's the bluntness that like I'm like no, so like it's not so I don't know if that answers it or not, but
Definitely.
like that is actually I there was this family at Woodlock recently I kind of destroyed a little bit because they sat front row and they were all just older, and like the kid's name was like Silas and it was like Thornberry, and it was all just like these character names, and I was just
so they were out of like a fucking they were like out of an Oliver Twist fucking story named, you know.
But, so I was like, either you guys were all homeschooled or you went to Montessori school or both, and the mom was like, you nailed it, and I was like, thank you. Like it was so funny. It was so good.
So which were they from? Homeschooled or Montessori?
One was homeschooled and like two were like Montessori. Like, it was funny. It just nailed it. Yeah, that was.
Well, you do a lot of mentalist reads too, right? So you got to know the cues.
It's. I don't take any of that serious. To me, it's like the tricks are important, but really, it's just bringing people up and just having a good time. And I kind of joke with the audience. I'm like, listen, I know how my show starts and ends. The middle is sort of a free for all. Meaning, I know my repertoire. I have my box of tricks, but I might do. It's not always the same normal show. Like I might go here. I might do that. I might bring you up because it's funny, and then I'm like, oh, let me do this trick instead. I was like, so it really just depends a little bit on the people, the place, the thing. So like, it's what's been my thing I've been saying. It's the Denny Corby experience. There's excitement. There's mystery. Also, there's magic, mind reading, and comedy. A ton of laughs, gasps, and holy craps. So just it's just more of like an entertaining evening, less of a strictly comedy or magic show. It's just, hey, we're gonna hang out for 60 to 90 minutes, however long the show normally is, and we're just gonna have some fun. That's what I kind of like going for.
90 minutes is a good haul right there, man. It's a long time. Now it doesn't sound like a long time to people, but it is. That's a good clip. If you got like one comedian going up there and even an intro, you're talking 15 minutes, and you don't want to go too long on that intro for yourself. You're talking minute and a half, 2 minutes just on intro if you want to really get going. But going 50 minutes on magic and all that, people will pay attention, but you're gonna have you don't want to lull, in that action. So it's kind of like, you want to end on that strong note, and I'm sure you have 7 or 8 different strong notes to end in. So what is your favorite ending trick to do?
It's usually an iteration of the Huckabee show ending, in some capacity. Sometimes it usually involves a lot of the audience members. I try to do callbacks are always a fun way to end on a good note. Mm-hmm. And then there's a trick I do with where I borrow some money. So it's usually like one of those couple of things. Or sometimes, it's just, recently I've been, there's somebody, I forget where I read it, but it was like, if you want to try like a creative exercise, make your current closer your opener. And it was like, oh snap. Like they're like, hey, not like every show doesn't matter, but like, hey, the next show where it's not your, creme de la creme corporate gig. It's like, I'm doing tricks at Nick's and Clark Summit again or something.
See, now
whatever it is.
That's an interesting notion to put forward, putting your best trick forward first. What do you go to at the very end where you're like, oh man, I already used my 10 out of 10. But is there a magic trick that you have learned or tried to learn throughout your time that is something that is just not perfected for you?
The trick I did on Fool Us, I think I have because I haven't done that on stage since 2022.
That was great with the Denny, Denny, the Corbys.
Yeah. So there's a new iteration I'm working on, but it was just one of those. There's videos out there of people describing how it works and the methods and all that, and so it's like, okay, but that's just like not fun anymore. And so it was trying to figure out a different version of that, and I think I have it. I might try it this weekend for the first time. It's one of those I'm probably gonna bring it with me to 8 shows and never do it because you puss out. But then it's like, okay, then you finally got to do it. So that's what me and my buddies talk about. It's like, okay, you working on your new trick or bit, whatever it is. It's like, okay, you bring it and you set it up and you're like, okay, tonight I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna I'm gonna do it in this part of the show. And it's gonna be fine. And then it gets to that part of the show and you're like, I'll do it next time. And you're like, you're like, I don't want to. It's a good flow tonight. It was like, I don't want to throw it in. But no, I'll probably
because you pretty much have a regiment. You have a set list.
You just
that you keep mentally.
Or it's like, hey, I know this normally goes here. It's like, okay, this is normally, hey, I just did a bit where I brought people up on stage. Let me not do that for the next thing again. Let me do this first. Let me just do a solo bit. It's just me on stage. So I would say the menu, that one's been for the past couple of years, a hard, tough one. But I think I have it figured out. So I think we're going to be good, but still just that trial and error and just working through the bits and the moments, and you just know. So I think I might have to do a little bit of the old school version, just to work out, just to get it moving again, just to get the wheels go. It's like bringing out an old car again.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's still the same ish, but different. There's that, but there's been some close up stuff I've just been trying to get a little bit more excited on again, just some more knuckle busting or just harder sleight of hand bits, just to make it fun.
Is there a magician out there right now that you have said, wow, they have an amazing trick? I don't know how they do that. Or you're still amazed, by looking at other people's talent.
Often. Especially on social media.
I know the exact magician. I'm a little bit of a mind reader myself there, Denny. I'm guessing you are a big Job Bluth fan. Arrested Development.
Huge.
Where he's like, hey, Job, what kind of tricks do you have planned? They're illusions, Michael. Tricks are for whores.
Such a good show. It is such a good show.
He's going to escape from prison. Have you ever thought to do something very outlandish where you need a 3-episode TV show to get it done with, in a reality sense? Have you been tempted? Has there been a temptation where you look at what Joe Bluth does and you're like, man, I know this is all bullshit, but maybe it's...
I know there's a handful of people who think that's what I do. Oh, that's your shtick. Okay.
They think,
oh my God. Oh yeah, for sure. And to me, that's what I think people think of when I do it anyway. But no, he's so funny. Such a good show. It's a reputation maker. No,
I'm a huge fan of Shin Lim.
Michael Bateman saying those dubs are all dead because you didn't feed them anything. He's like, they're still usable, Michael. I could still use. It's season 7, but
He starts to whistle.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Because he bites into the goddamn thing, and he goes, "God damn it, go see a dentist already, Job." Or when his mother says, "I love all my children equally." Don't care much for Job.
Anyang.
Now with the era, Denny, of not to say mainstream magicians like David Blaine, Chris Angel, like who were prolific for their time. Do you feel like magic has dissipated for the past 5 to 10 years?
No, opposite.
Opposite. Okay.
Opposite. I think.
Elaborate, sir.
No, I think there's been a lot of good in magic in terms of on, AGT, all those shows. Like it's been popularized well.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of good people and just different aspects going viral on social media. There's been a lot of good things. So I think magic has been a more popular, acceptable form of entertainment. And I think, to go back to your, talking about the celebrities and this and that, I think the good part of social media is you can put your stuff out there, right? Your style, your vibe, your whatever. So to me, I send less people to my website, more to my like social media. I'm like, hey, just watch some of like the quirky videos I post. Like that's more my style. Like, and then I tell people like, listen, if you don't think we're like, because you can tell how sometimes people reach out and approach if they've watched, even though if they've come through your website. I'm like, did you watch any videos? They're like, not really. I'm like, go watch some videos. Because to me, like personality and fit is more important than like anything else. So I think
100%.
With magic and stuff, I think people putting out more stuff, they could see what they want and go like, oh my God, that would be fun. We want that, where it's not somebody just taking, these dramatic photos and like poses and like whatever. It's finding your vibe attracts your tribe. So it's just putting out stuff and just, allowing people to.
You don't do those TikTok videos where you're like, all right, hit the screen 3 times, lock in your answer. And I'm like,
I'd probably have more followers if I did, because like that shit works.
It does kind of
capacity.
But like I always watch those and I'm like, I'm not answering anything in my head. I already know what the fuck you're doing. You're not tricking me on this one. It's whatever. And they're like, all right, you're thinking about a giraffe that was born in September. And it's like, no, nobody. Your math made them do that, because there's only so many animals that are with the letter G and shit, like it's just leading people to what, your conclusion was. Now comment if I got it right and follow if I got it wrong. Oh, so you win either way. I get it. All right, cool. This is very disingenuous, TikTok.
Thanks, Tim Becky, for tagging me in another video just like this. No, I haven't seen.
Who did it better? They pop
has...
up a bar graph.
For professionalism's sake, I won't ask you who is your least favorite person to ever work with. I know I have a fucking handful I can name in the comedy world where, I could never care.
Nah, there's a way better question out there that kind of refers right back to that. The question is what do you feel is the bane of the magician world? Do you feel like it's the con artist? Do you feel like it's the person who used mentalism for nefarious things?
Or do you think it was like the magicians that hustled Bob from Bob's Burgers? Even though they're cartoons. You've seen the episode. I know it.
Oh, it just pulls out the French fries. You want them back, Bob?
I love it.
So one of the shows I've watched like religiously and just over and over and over is Bob's Burgers, Arrested Development, The Office, Parks and Rec, Superstore, like all of the Bob's Burgers, so good. The one with Jimmy Jr. Oh, so good. Look at my
the dancing magician,
Yeah.
where
gets so upset that she's dancing too much and leaves her in the box. And doesn't spin her around.
Yeah,
turn me around. Just...
I think what they caught on that show is like, they wrote the kids' characters right. They didn't give them cell phones or like adultish problems or anything like that. And it's a bunch of relatable characters, especially Teddy. Teddy is probably the most relatable because everybody, when they were a kid, kind of knew an adult that figured had brain damage, in the slightest but least harmful way possible to anybody. Where your parents would tell you, I don't know, ask Teddy, and you knew you weren't going to get the right answer, but you knew you were going to get a fucking run-on sentence about bullshit sort of thing. But yeah, the Bob's Burgers, you should contact them, man. Get on that show, do it. They're probably dying for you to come on. Like,
they've been itching for the voice of a Scrantonian magician. They're like,
yes,
this is one of those niche voices we have been yearning for. How is your Taylor accent? Like, that's what they're going to be like. How is your Taylor twang?
How's your Hena?
Yeah. There's a difference between, listen, Taylor people and Old Forge people know the different accent. They're like, hold on, say hello again. The fuck are you from? They're like,
Carbondale. Oh my, give this guy a raise.
Carbondale, breathalyzer.
I think there are 3 or 4 words that eminent from the Northeast dialogue, and it's the Hainas, the Cricks, and the
D's, Does, and Dems.
Oh, the Do's, Does, and Dems. Yeah. Yeah, it's perfect.
But no, so I don't know if there was a question that you kind of asked back there about like the bane of like magicians, but it's
yeah. I mean, everybody has something, like magicians. The magician world is very vast, so there's people all across the magical spectrum, so to speak.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people still go, oh, my kid's birthday party. Like, they just go magic and birthday party.
Yeah, they're like, entertain me, clown.
Yeah, and you're just like, okay. Or it's, and I don't dog anybody, but there's still like, I don't mention kids show. I fairly mention like family friendly. If you like look deep on the site, but about once a month I'll get, hi, it's so-and-so's second birthday. Thought you'd be great. And I'm like, and I'll respond as if, because sometimes there's the few, it's really for the adults. And they're like, hey, we're having a part. It's really, Bev's third birthday, but
kid's already asleep, but do your thing.
Yeah. But there's some, they're like, no, we're going to be in another room. And I'm like, did you watch any of my stuff? Like, did you, like, nothing, you're okay. Because the light switch is still a little bit of magic, but
that would be awful. And I'm just throwing it out there. If like they were planning something with a group of other adults and they paid you to do a magic show for their kids, but you kind of feel like you're also a babysitter because there's no other adult in the room but yourself.
But the thing is, there are magicians who can crush and destroy like that demographic. That might be a little like too young, but it's still like there's guys, and it might not be an hour show, but they can entertain for 35-40 minutes a group of kids and just crush.
The only thing I'm thinking right now is the clown from Uncle Buck, where he shows up drunk, and now for some odd reason in the movie we get to see Buck's moral compass, arrive on time, where he's like, you've been drinking today? And I'm thinking to myself, pal, you're about to fix a horse race, and you're kind of a scumbag yourself too, there, pal. So he's like, going on. So there has to be, you seem pretty down to earth, Denny, which is cool. But there has to be the magician out there that feels like they are portraying real magic and they got an ego to match.
They're always on. Tony was talking about, they're always. And I'm like, like you've probably seen them.
Dude, you come out to them, they're in the toilet, and they're like, hey, you want to see a magic trick?
You ever see them do like
different shades of black?
Yeah, like bad magic, where they're like, quick, give me an 8 ball of cocaine, and I will show you what I will do with it. And they're like, okay, but all right, but you got to give it back though. All right, here you go. And they're like, God, I take this simple spoon. I think he's just gonna bake crack. No, it's different than that. Anyways, does anybody have a lighter as well? No, I don't think this guy's a magician. I think he's just freebasing. Somebody get the cocaine back. All right, man, give it back over here. This isn't a magic trick.
Denny is a professional, Kevin. A professional.
Yes, he is. Yes, sir. I'm sure. I was mentioning someone that is the opposite of him, unprofessional.
I don't even know where we were going with that. That was
just trying to portray I was trying to portray a character that is like the
polar
worst
opposite,
magician, just like the shittiest. Yeah.
So there's if you type in Ibiza magician, there's this guy who he makes like I don't know if he makes it appear, but he makes like a little baggie of Coke appear, and then he takes out the spoon.
Yep.
I don't know if he makes the spoon appear, and then he like takes out some of the Coke, and then all of a sudden
that's him right there.
Yeah. Just watch it.
Yep.
It's
see, and
like,
he's got a reaction. He's got a following in that. It's the crowd play. It's all how you're interacting with the crowd as well.
But like in that environment, it worked. Like, is it?
Oh yeah.
Could I get away with it? Who knows? Maybe, probably not. But like in that environment for him, the way his character is and all that stuff, the way he looks, it works. You're in Ibiza. Like it's, the whatever's the craziness of going perfect. It all fits and works. If you saw me home, like I'm fairly lax, fairly like, I hang out like energy. Like shows take a lot out of me. So even like leading up to bigger shows or like multi-day, like if I'm like emceeing a conference, some other stuff, like I know that's going to be, even if like a 2-day conference, I know about 2 days before, the 2 days of, and then like a day or two after, like I'm cooked.
You're just
like,
spent. Yeah.
Right. I know like the mental energy, like leading up to it. So I'm usually like fairly like, because I don't want to like think about shit.
You gotta have time to decompress, man. Yeah. Are you a married man or no? Are you married or
married? Yeah, we are married. Me and my wife.
Kid. You got a kid?
No dogs.
Ooh.
We are
dogs. All right. That's where you got the energy. You got the energy.
We're all good. Yeah. No kids. We're all good. No, thank you.
Oh, you're in your 20s though, right?
You have that look upon your face where you're like,
I am 37.
37. No kids.
Yes.
No
kids. We are good.
Me and my wife, we had a kid. I was like, I'm 39 and I'm 40. We got a beautiful little baby and all that nice stuff. But I always tell her, I said, we got to really figure out how to tell Millie she is going to be a pretty rich 30-year-old with a life insurance she'll be taking in, like you don't want to unprepare them for something like that while they see you slowly start falling apart. It's a rough time, but yeah, 37.
It's a magical experience.
Dogs. Does the wife, did you guys meet at a magic show? What happened there? How was the meeting there?
She was like, yes, him. No.
Denny was on a cruise ship.
Was her father just like, you couldn't have gotten a rock and roll star? You had to bring a magician? God damn it.
No, actually, they just saw my show for the first. We've been together like 9 years. They just saw my show for the first time last year.
That's probably a good thing though, right?
Yeah, but the pressure was too much though. Like I feel like it was too far past. Like they've
paint us a picture, Denny. Paint us a magical picture.
It was the Berwick Theater.
Oh,
Berwick Theater. Okay, Sparky, this is where your moment to shine.
Sparky's screen has frozen.
Yeah.
Yes,
the Berwick Theater of thespians, of course. Now, continue on, Denny, please.
No, it was just that. It was
that was it.
It was just
it was an empty theater.
Theater. It was I sold. I think it was like 100 tickets.
Okay.
Ish. Not too bad.
No,
to me, anytime
if you got like 70 or 80 there, you're still good. Like honestly, you're still.
Anytime people come to see me, I am beyond thrilled. Like it makes no sense. Like because it's what like the fact people spend time and money is like beyond me. Is like because it's the two most important resources that we have: time and money. And the fact people spend time to come hang out with me boggles my mind. But like,
no, are you one of those type of guys who would be like, man, I would still do this even if I didn't get paid?
theoretically, yes.
Yeah.
But I know, like, anytime there's people who are like, we don't have a budget, and I'm like, I'm not leaving my house for that. What? Like,
cheap bastards.
No, but yeah, there is something to be said. Just like, and you just get up there, man. You're just, the crowd's good. It's just, it's awesome. Even like I did a small show, Tricks at Nick's, which is here, Nick's and Clark Summit, like up in like the top part. I oversold it. We had like 50 people up there. It was
nice,
so warm, but it was rocking. It was so much fun. Yeah,
it was so warm.
No, it was so toasty.
There's 50 people going arm to arm, elbow to elbow, and everybody's sweating on each other.
They have no air conditioning or
going
something?
to town.
Yeah, he's got the big board ready to roll there. Sparky, what's going on there?
I know.
Tony, take that one.
Now I will make the steam disappear. Okay, pull the control rods. Of course, the Berwick nuclear plant.
There it is. Yeah.
Very nice, Marky.
Isn't
Good
that
job.
nice? Isn't that nice how they make a nuclear power plant and they're like this? They're like, wow, tell us about your power plant. And they say this power plant could power all of Pennsylvania for barely anything. And we're like, wow, so we're gonna do that? No, what? That was an example.
Yeah,
What
we're gonna sell it off.
We're gonna sell it to New York, you fucking idiots! Like, come on, we're here to make money. All right.
Here, since we didn't do a trick yet, I'm gonna hold the deck of cards right here. Tony, whatever decisions you guys make are what we're gonna use. Like, no fancy, like, whatever you say, we will use. Tony,
wait, so I say the number that I was going to go with before show? I'm just kidding.
No, the one that we talked. Remember, we talked about it.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
No, so in a deck of cards, there's red cards and black cards. Are we going to use the red cards or black cards? So, meaning, if you say red cards, we will either use hearts or diamonds, or if you say black cards, either use clubs or spades. So, whatever you say, we will use. You want to use the red cards or the black cards?
Black cards.
Black cards. Kev.
Yeah.
He said black. Are we going to use clubs or spades? Whatever you say, we will use clubs.
Let's use clubs. Let's do it.
Clubs. Okay. So now, Tony, we have high cards and we have low cards. Do you want to use the high cards or the low cards? And we'll say high cards are 7 and above, or 8 and above. Doesn't matter. You can even choose. If you want to, if you say an aces could be high or low, you can make all the choice. You want to use high cards or low cards?
We're gonna go high card.
High card. So above 7 or 8.
Above 7 or 8, sure.
Okay, so 7
8.
or
Let's go 8.
So 8 above, and is ace the high card or is ace the low card?
Oh, ace is the high card.
Okay, so that'll be 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king, ace.
Beautiful.
Sparky, we have high cards and we have clubs. Can you just draw any card higher than an 8? So 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king, ace. Draw one of those. Yes, go ahead.
Show us what it is. There you go.
Is that the 8?
Now you need to put a number on it.
Sparky drew
8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king, ace.
There you go.
Now, or it could have been the 8. It could be whatever you would like. The ace of clubs. Okay, so we're gonna go through the cards here. These are not in order, and I should have did these angles before. Oh, right here, the ace of clubs. Now you guys could have picked any other choice, but you said the ace of clubs. I'll leave it right here. In my glasses. I'll hold it in my teeth.
Yeah,
That's what you think. I don't want you to think I'm switching it.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think I'm switching it. I'll leave it here in the microphone.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now, I don't know if you can see, but on the back of the cards, I wrote different shows that I've done just over my career. I tried to do more like local ones. I was kind of writing some locally. So if you would have said like diamonds and highs, and you picked the queen of diamonds, that was the Huckabee show. If we did this was Evansville Country Club, that was the 8 of spades. So I did a show for Fox, that's jack of diamonds. This is Dickens Parlor Theater, that was the ace of diamonds. Eventastic, that was a virtual show I just did, that's on the 8 of diamonds. Done some stuff with KRZ, so you see KRZ is on here. If you would have said low, that's 5 of clubs. We have Arts Quest, that's the 8 of clubs. So if you would have said 8, and if you would have picked that, we would have had something different. So you can see here on the backs of every single card are totally different names of totally different groups, organizations. Each and every single one is different. As you can see, I'm going to go through quick because it's sort of a little boring. I don't want to do it for everybody. And all of these here, all of the cards are different as well. But you picked the Ace of Clubs, which weirdly enough on the back is
wow, excellent.
My God.
The Podguyz Podcast, of course.
Now, how
you
I'm
had to
amazed.
pick. You had to pick the pretty good.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Great.
You know,
Wow.
You know, we shouldn't have done the names or numbers. We should have just said, "Give us the Podguyz card." You know, that's that one on the end. That would have been a nice shortcut, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, nailed it. Yep.
Yeah. That was the, you know, that was like you took the long way home on that one, but that's all.
Exactly. It's like one of those jokes. Like, where's he go? There it is. Okay. All of that just for that, but it worked.
I felt like the 80-year-old giving advice there. You know what you should have done there, Denny? No, that was a.
I know nothing about magic, and I was that's flooring, sir. Great job.
That's a lot of cool. We are.
You have fooled us.
Yo, we're clipping that. That's going TikTok, no problem, right there.
Oh boy!
I'll even throw TikTok $20 if they guarantee that people can actually fucking see it, because they have like, yeah, they have some grimy gatekeepers at TikTok.
Yeah,
They're like,
do.
hey, by the way, we see your video and it's pretty fucking great, but how about you give us $20? And you're like, why would I do that? Because fuck you. If you don't, no one's gonna see it.
You know, I there's a couple people who talk about the views on social media, and it's like, oh, you only get 200 views. It's like, well, what if you you were speaking in a room and there was 200 people?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, well, that actually is, when you put it that way, that's
quite a bit of people.
That is people watching. I got to perform at the Fort Irwin Army Base. I got that from posting on TikTok. And it was cool. Because me and a buddy of mine, he was complaining about not getting views, and like the most random stuff will get like the views. So like I was like, oh, I'll post some stuff. I'll post some shit. So we were like, and like this one like got a decent amount of views, and then this thing came through, and we're like, oh, we're so and so. I'm like, this is a scam. Like I was like, this is not like, I triple checked every email. I was like, this seems too good to be true. But no, just they were like, oh, you looked fun. So I was like, oh, snap. Like, so you just never know where stuff might come from or post from. So yeah.
Well, we're up to 122 live viewers from this hour, so that's always a lot of fun. Yeah.
Where at? Where's most people listening from?
We're live only on Facebook right now.
No
so then
way.
when the other ones start coming in, like iHeartRadio, we broke some charts there 3 times in
Spotify, YouTube,
in 6 years. Like of episodes that you would never expect, but we were just doing our thing, because you have to, name of the game is consistency, and we will always, no matter what. I did a show the one time I was in the Philippines, right? Got myself ready to roll through my cell phone on a tripod I bought in the mall. You know, my now wife was there. She's like, "You're going to do the podcast?" I said, "Yeah." I got the time difference right, you know, like it's 10 a.m. there, it's 10 p.m. here, sort of thing. So I was ready to roll, and that's where we started cracking jokes about the Madonna had a non-fungible token made of her vagina, right? So we started.
True fact, by the way, true fact.
Yeah, she threw it out there. She's like, just so everybody knows, I am going to put this out there as art, as a non-fungible token. You can invest in it if you want. And I think we must have riffed on it for like a solid 15 minutes, treating Madonna's vagina as if it's a real living thing. You know, like it is.
Like it was a really shady hotel.
Like Denny, when Madonna first got her plastic surgery, they said that does not look good on Madonna. That, in fact, was not Madonna. That was Madonna's vagina the whole time. You know, True. It was the. You've seen Godzilla vs. King Kong? Well, you better have seen the better movie of one versus the other. Ron Jeremy's dick versus Madonna's vagina. They fight for a while, but it's a hawk spitting kind of.
It's a classy movie.
Beautiful. It's beautiful stuff right there. But my wife started dying laughing. She's like, "Why'd you talk about Madonna's vagina for 15 minutes?" And I'm like, "Because she wanted to make money off of it again, and I find that distasteful. One time, two times, three times, but dude, if you're over 60 and you're trying for it, come on, what are you doing? What are you doing?"
And I think just like Madonna's non-fungible vagina,
yeah,
I think I'm going to disappear just as fast as that did.
yeah.
I think on that note,
and what a note.
This is going to be one of Denny's best disappearing acts ever.
I love
it.
We'll never see him again. Thanks, Denny.
That's all right.
What happened to Denny Corby's career? He did this weird podcast. They started talking about JJ's. Took a weird turn.
Especially Madonna.
Always does.
She can have us all killed. You know that, right?
You know what?
True.
Whoever sold her on that, like who was it? Whether it was her assistant, whoever. What a salesperson!
Gotta give
real
it,
though.
Wow.
For real.
Like
gotta give him credit. Yeah.
You know what you need? She's like, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah. Yep. And I don't know how
does that come up in casual conversation, by the way, where you're just like, you're the agent.
When you
hey, Madonna, you've been through it all. You've been on tour. You've been all across the world. You've done unlimited, countless things with your life. You've done investing. You're an entrepreneur. What else could you do in the world? Oh, your vagina.
Yeah. Put that on a non-fungible token. And then to explain to Madonna, because she's of a certain age, what a non-fungible token is.
That's true.
That's a whole other verbal gymnastic.
She probably thought it was like a fungicide.
She's like, so wait a second. So it's like art and they have to, what now? Oh.
She's like, I don't have a disease. What do you mean? Well, not this week, but, previously.
But no, the consistency though, Denny, the consistency stays. Like you have been consistent with magic throughout you're 37. Man, you look great for 37, by the way. I thought you were in your late 20s, and I was maxing you out. I was capping you out at like 33. But 37, man,
thanks.
Looking great, honestly. I mean, you must have...
Honestly, Denny's very energetic. He's very personable. Like, you're just a nice guy, Denny. Thank you.
I mean, you're from...
Oh, all the words.
Since you're from this area, I'm sure the most annoying comparison, and I'm just saying because, I'm sure you've heard it. People have probably said, oh, you have the energy of a Ryan Lucky.
I have not gotten that.
No, really. No.
I could kind of see that.
A compliment. The man has so much energy.
He's got so much energy, a lot of it, insane amounts, to the point where, he's doing his own media company now. And I'm like thinking to myself, that's a lot of work for a one-man band. Here's somebody that failed at that area that shouldn't have. Oprah failed at her own media company, where she said to herself one day, people are not only going to always buy magazines, they're also going to want to subscribe to me specifically on their satellite TV. Like I've never seen so many
TiVo.
Yeah, like and at that time, Teddy, Oprah could do and say no wrong. So everybody around her was like, yeah, all of what you're saying is right. Did you ever think about maybe Netflix? She's like, Netflix is stupid. You're a Oprah spoke out against Netflix right when it was people want DVDs in their mail, blah, blah.
Well, she wanted to go straight for the O network.
She got the O network, and, nothing that somebody wanted to pay.
She didn't really get onto like the DVD trend because of the O's.
Right?
Yep.
The circular, I don't know.
It went straight to streaming. Lifetime streaming
like the way of Blockbuster gone
has had you can't just, it's a tough burden to carry though. That's all I'm saying. Like, and it's It's a 24-hour kind of thing. You need a good support crew all around. Just like I'm sure you probably have for specific shows people you trust with the sound first, lighting second, right? Am I getting the first and second? Because you want that sound to be right. If you're using a wireless mic, man, I fucking hate some of those ones. Some of the brands out there with wireless mics, I'm not going to mention them. I could put them in the comments, but they go skipping around if you don't have the signal correct. Do you do the wireless mic, right?
I have a handheld as a backup on stage, and then I'll do a ear set DPA mic.
Those are okay. Yeah, those are okay.
Yeah.
But the wireless mic, those little clip things, what the fuck? They're very
just like the mic stand that you have right on the front of the camera right there. Rode.
Yeah, Rhodes this
Rodecaster stuff.
Sure, SM7B.
Yeah, they have amazing microphones. They have amazing wireless microphones. They have earpieces and all that fun stuff. Mic boards and anything you can imagine. But we're gonna end this show on a good note. Sparky, throw that thing around. Let's see what you got.
The board. This quick call, Gwyneth, and we will make a scent of my JJ. It will be called Dead Skunk. God damn it, Sparky. There, he's got it.
Ah, damn you, Sparky.
Lord almighty.
Danny, if people are going to reach out to you, sir, how would they do that?
Facebook, I'm all there. Instagram, website, dennycorby.com. I'm all over. You just Google it. You can
love your website too.
I think I'm the only Denny Corby.
Well put together. Yeah. It's very well put together. The website really easy to get. It doesn't. First, the good thing about your website, it doesn't pop up and hit you with, "Hey, give me your email." Like that's fucking crazy. Like
true.
I don't even want to. Now I don't want to be here. Now I think that there's spam stuff going on.
Yeah,
it
there's
shows
videos of him doing his craft and.
Well, yeah, it shows what he's very proficient at, and pictures to go along with it. So very well organized, easy on the eyes, sort of thing. Not overwhelming.
We may have several thousand watchers, listeners, streamers, of all the bric-a-brac across social media every week. So I mean. Somebody will reach out to you for something.
I can't. I hope it's for something good.
You and me both.
If it's for some non-fungible tokens, I'm gonna be
yeah.
a little bit
what,
weird.
Denny? You can't make them magically appear.
You'll have some guy in a ski mask with a voice changer over his fucking, applying lipstick to himself. Like Denny Corby.
Denny, you're on the good list if you can make this happen.
Just in case, you want to go to dennycorby.com. It's very easy. You type in the words, or just go Denny Corby on Google, hit the Wikipedia, takes you right to the website. It's amazing.
That's true.
Right? Gets you right there. It's he's there to create the energetic atmosphere you want for your event and leave your guests and attendees wanting more. Denny's versatile and adaptable.
They leave wanting more. Trust me.
I bet. My wife got here. She's like, I wanted more with my life. Why?
A little more.
Yeah.
A little bit. Always a little bit.
Screaming encore the whole time there, my man. That's a good feeling.
NEPA, go to bed.
Of course, Denny Corby, folks. Thank you.
After 11:30. Good Shabbos.
Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you. Sparky, if you were looking for us, where would you find us?
You can find us on every single major streaming platform, including iHeart, Spotify, Spreaker, Deezer, CastBox, Rio, Facebook Live Video, Google, YouTube, Amazon, and anywhere else major streaming platform.
TikTok.
Yeah,
TikTok. We're everywhere.
Yeah.
Guys, we are the Podguyz Podcast every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'm Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, the ever-loving Picasso.
Hey, Sparky.
All right. Big shout out to Denny Corby. Check out dennycorby.com. Check him out wherever you may stream videos as well. Check out his videos. They're freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. Not only is he good on our show, he's good on every show.
He is, yeah.
Guys, thanks for streaming in. Have a great night. We'll see you soon. Madonna, call us. Bye.